and gentlemen and non-binary folks, I am Jinxie Cat. I will be your caster this evening. Oh goodness, why is it making all that noise? It's because I am hearing the Nexus gaming series. Let's go ahead and mute that. Yeah, it's going to come through a couple of times. Unlucky. Oh well, all right, we are good to go. Just making sure that I can get all you beautiful, lovely chatters can see your messages, can reply to them in real time, all that good stuff. So once again, I'm Jinxie Cat. I'm going to be your host. We have a wonderful Storm Division game for you all today. It's the other Koreans versus Team Alexander, the original Koreans. Very, very excited. So as we are waiting to get started, it looks like everyone's just waiting on me. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop through these maps super quickly and then let them all know that I am ready. So as you can see here, we are looking at, again, the other Koreans versus Team Alexander. We have over here for the other Koreans, they went ahead and banned out Cursed Hollow and I have this switched in, so I'll switch this in a second. Sorry, the colors are confusing here. Let's get that all swapped around. Perfect. So there we go. The other Koreans, they went ahead and they banned out Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team Alexander banned out Dragon and Infernal Shrines, and our first game is going to be on Battlefield of Eternity. Let me get that all set and good to go, and it looks like I'm gonna let them know that I am ready. They'll get started. We're waiting on one from Team Alexander, and then we should be all set to go. They still have it set as coin toss, so I'm not 100% sure who picked Battlefield of Eternity yet. They haven't let me know, but as soon as I know, then I will be more than happy to let you guys all know. That's where we're going to be going first. So we'll take just a moment to get that all sorted. Looks like we are waiting on Hyde. Once we have them, we will be sorted. So I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. There are a lot of places you could spend a Sunday night, and I'm so glad it's here with me. All right. Hyde is saying he's having a VPN issue. And then they will be in lockdown. Just let us know. So one more minute, and we'll go ahead and get started. You guys are stuck with me for a little bit longer. So we'll just bring it back over here for a second. And how are you guys? Are you having a lovely time? I'm having a lovely time. And I'm very excited to be here doing this with you all. The second day in a row casting Storm Division. And I really love it. It's a lot of fun. I love the high level of play. I love all the teams are competing for, I believe it's $1,300 right now. Currently, we're so close to hitting that $1,500 mark for those teams. You know, that's $300 per person who plays. So that's pretty gosh darn good, right? Right. So, just waiting for that, and then we will get ready to go. Thank you very much, Wedge there, Captain Wedge, for posting the match arena. If you guys want to help out with the match, you can click that. Donate a little bit of money if you want to help out the players and whatnot. If you want to help out your casters, remember that all of your bits, all of your subscriptions, all that good jazz will be going over to myself. So if you're like, Jinxie Cat is really fun, we want to see more of her, then go ahead and hand that over. But if you can't donate monetarily, then just hanging out with me is totally fine too. It looks like Hyde is in, so they are looking rip snorting ready to go. There's a little bit of Korean in the chat right now. I have no idea what it means. I feel like at this point I should just start opening Google Translate. But yeah, we'll get started here in just a moment. Lockdown said R. I'm going to say R. And we should be good. I'm super excited once again. I mean, I say that all the time. Really, I am. It's a lot of fun. And every time it gets a little bit more professional because once again, I brought Chess in with me to help me with that obsing. So big shout out to Chess Literary Plays in NGS as well. Couldn't do it without him. Makes my life significantly easier just to be able to sit back and cast, and you know, he's able to catch some of those plays where I'm really looking at like why did they pick that talent? Meanwhile, Junkrat's dying in the top lane or whatever. He can make sure that we don't miss those. So we appreciate you, Chess. Thank you. How is... They're all speaking in Korean, and I'm afraid I don't know what they're saying. In fact, let me... Okay. Thank you. So it turns out they're discussing the coin toss right now. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and get on into it. So why don't we do the same? Battlefield of Eternity over here on the blue side. The other Koreans on the right. We have Team Alexander. So what do we look to see? We've kind of transitioned away from that play style where we see, you know, race as fast as you can, pick up all the race heroes, because then you end up with teams like Greymane, Vala, Artanis, Tyrande, and then like I don't know, like a race tank. Who's a race tank? Like there really isn't. But then like Johanna to blind the enemy team. And not necessarily the best team comps. We've opted more into this team fight meta that we've seen on BOE. Gonna have Ana and Stukov banned out. And honestly, I believe that the Ana ban is just because the Koreans are playing at such a high ping. They can't play Ana. They don't want anything to do with her, so they're just gonna get rid of her to make sure they don't have to play against her, try and dodge those while they are playing at infinity ping, which definitely makes sense to me. So get her out of there. Next, we are going to see that Raynor taken away. Raynor very solid. We always love him. Raynor solves a lot of issues with a lot of games. So, you know, it makes sense trying to get rid of there, having to make people think, you know, what are we going to pick? What are we going to pay? Finally, Chromie is going to be banned out. First pick is going over to the side of the other Koreans. We do see that D.Va come out for the Paletta. Interesting. So that does mean that Battlefield of Eternity was picked by the side of Team Alexander. So I'm going to go ahead and update that for everybody. Our red team picking up for us there. Speaking of the red team, as we come to the end here, we're going to see Spell take that Garage, and Greymane is going to be picked up by Gondar there. So going a little bit, Garros to me says more fight than race, but Greymane can do either particularly well. I really like Garros on Battlefield of Eternity just because he can throw people into those immortal stuns, which is, you know, it's kind of a big deal. Only really him and Alarak are the ones to say, like, you belong here now. Immediately, we're going to see triple frontline coming right out the gate. Many picks still available for Team Alexander here. We're going to see the ETC and the Deathwing picked up. We've seen this strategy before from the other Koreans on the side of, well, the blue team, you know, and they've done so with relative success. We're going to see Cassia banned away next. This is a lot of power going over to the front line. Hanzo going to be taken out. Turns out the other Koreans have done their homework. They know a couple of things that Team Alexander like to play and that they play well. So we are going to yeah, get rid of that. Make them play something else, something new. Give us like something other than the same, you know, 10 heroes that we see every single time. And I really like that. ETC, of course, is so very strong. Malfurion is going to be picked up by Hyde. And then Malthael coming out for Nacho Jin. Now, this is going to be really fun. I'm excited because this is the third counter that Nacho Jin has picked up to D.Va, something that he thinks can do well into D.Va. And I'm learning quite a bit. We saw Imperius and Sonya yesterday. And while they maybe didn't necessarily win the lane, they were helpful in other ways. So if you're an offlaner right now, like I would be looking at Nacho Jin, like, you know, my pencil out, just writing down notes. Rounding out the side of the other Koreans, we are going to see Maev and Anduin picked up there for any problem, and iTunes. And so, last but certainly not least, Lee Ming going to be picked up for Lockdown, and that is a really, really big lots of big kill pressure from the side of Team Alexander. With a Greymane D.Va. I know my team runs that a lot, and it really cleans up many of those. Any of those heroes that you want to fight against. Gonna bring it back over to me for 1 second while we get this all sorted. I forgot to do my soothsayer yet again. You hate to see it. So try and type those in really quickly. I am very good at this. Looking at these, we did have a swap come out. The Paletta is going to be playing ETC, and this is iTunes instead of Epic Player. All right, well, we didn't get this in time, but that's all right. Next time. All righty, hopping over here onto the map. Let's go ahead and get into it, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks. This is over here on the left-hand side. Any problem on the Maev, the Paletta going to be your ETC. iTunes on the Anduin. Clausy is your Deathwing. And up there in the top, it's going to be my everything breaking. Gosh darn it. Goodness gosh darn it. There we go. It is Jay on the D.Va. And then on the right-hand side, really quickly, we will see Nacho Jin on that Malthael. Going to see Spell on the Garage. Hyde will be your Malfurion. Lockdown on that Li Ming. And Gondar gonna be that Greymane. Immediately, we see the power of this Malfurion here coming out. Going to get a ton of damage onto any problem. Gondar trying to pick up the death onto any problems. We come out the gate swinging from the side of the other Team Alexander. The other Koreans getting quite low. iTunes going down a little bit low there as well. Gonna have Clausy here in this game number 1 on the Deathwing. Just hanging out with the 4-man for right now. Everyone just kind of chilling. We will see the liquid cooling come out from D.Va, allowing her to use the fountain anywhere on the map and having it reduced to 50 seconds. And its effects lasting 25% longer. Any problem's going to go out with those bonds of justice. Find Hyde and Gondar there. Gondar looking to harass Clausy. Great stun coming out onto the Paletta from Spell. He's surrounded by 4 members there. The Paletta will be chunked out. Great body block by any problem, using their self to make sure that the Paletta didn't get hit by that orb. Gonna throw another bind down onto Li Ming there. Meanwhile, in the top, Nacho Jin and Jay are dueling it out over this top lane. Bruiser camp here, and finally Jay is gonna have to back off. Spell is coming. Baby D.Va is around. They're gonna drop their Gladiator's medallion, but it's not going to be enough. D.Va will fall as the whole team rotates up. First blood going over to the side of Team Alexander. We do see Li Ming harassing that well a little bit up there on the top, as you saw before we cut back down here. Clausy gonna take to the sky. The Paletta and friends looking for a soak. A nice throw onto any problems there. Garage went for the Warbreaker at level 1, getting the stacks on that. Groundbreaker, already 3 out of 15, as we can see. For Malthael, they're going Fear the Reaper, increasing the movement speed and pass-through units for 4 seconds. We'll see the bottom camp taken by the side of the other Koreans. It was just cleared out immediately there by Team Alexander. We're going to see the Bloodsat peek over, see who's doing the Bruiser camp for Team Alexander, which is Nacho Jin and Hyde and Gondar. Meanwhile, Bruiser camp was picked up from the side of the other Koreans. Gonna see this top camp cleared out as the whole top lane wall goes down. All those, that gate, those towers just gonna be destroyed by that uncontested Impaler camp. Now, level 4 for both teams here. Gonna see from D.Va once again. We're gonna drop that rush down coming out. It's 4% of their maximum health, and then boosters deals 100% more damage to non-heroic enemies there. Again, a little bit of a duel out come in. We're seeing a different build for Deathwing than what we saw yesterday. Going for the Draconic Might and then the Dragon's Ire. A little bit more of the 4-man Deathwing build. Jay is going to lose the mech there as it will go down. Meanwhile, Triumvirate coming out for Li Ming. This blue Immortal taking so much damage. The other Koreans doing such a great job. They hit that halftime show nice and early with the Greymane, with the Li Ming. They're able to team fight exponentially well, but they also are having a wonderful Immortal time here. Going to see a big stun come out onto Spell. Another stun comes out onto Spell. He's going to get caught out, and that is going to be Garrosh going down there. Gondar just going to keep pinging away on to Clausy. We see here, we've got that viciousness, of course, and then the eyes in the dark, allowing them to get away with disengage in 3 seconds himself. Now, Furion opting for the Strangling Vine is receiving 40% less healing for 3 seconds. So, lots of good stuff coming out here. We're almost level 7. Clausy is very, very low, trying to keep folks away from this Immortal. Does end up giving their life for it. Meanwhile, the other Koreans haven't really been able to do a whole lot of race here. With the Maiev and the Diva, Deathwing damage, really not able to race so very well. They're going to just try and burn as much shield as they can. iTunes and Maiev were killed up in that top lane. They're just overstayed their welcome a little bit, and this is going to be the first Immortal of the game going over to the side of Team Alexander. Alex versus their fan club. Clausy has returned. We see them take to the sky and then jump head down here to defend against this Immortal. He's already got quite a healthy shield going on. Now just going to try and defend against it. Immortal being chucked down a teeny tiny bit, but these forts are not going to last for long. The towers absolutely obliterated there. Gondar pretty much uncontested, just trying to hit the tower and then hit Clausy a little bit as well. He's almost down an entire plate. Great Umbral Bind by Maiev. They're level 7 for both teams. Finally reached. We see the Calamity come out fairly standard for lockdown there. Out comes Cataclysm. Nacho Jin trying to get away. Jay very, very low. Has to drop the Diva mech there. Any problem pulls Nacho Jin back into that explosion, and that is going to be the members of the other Koreans taking one with them. They're going to look for Spell now. Jay is going to lose that mech. Immediately out comes the Leap of Faith, protecting Jay from being harassed by the members of Team Alexander. The Valletta is not going to be as fortunate. Out comes the Chastise, but it just wasn't enough. That Calamity reset is so very, very strong there. Spell still looking quite healthy with that 36 armor. Greymane did fall, but now Maiev is on the run of their life. Any problem trying to find Nacho Jin is not able to get away here, and it's just how long can you wait? Deathwing is going to try and help out a little bit, but Maiev will trade her life. As such, Spell and Lockdown are just getting an early start on this camp. Didn't even come to help. You guys don't look at explosions, and that Maiev was kind of just blasted there, being on the wrong side of the map. Meanwhile, the blue team is going to look up and grab this top camp here. We'll be able to do it fairly quickly. Here comes Nacho Jin, ready to duel against that Deathwing, get those free chomps on to him. However, he is 1v3, 1v4 now as Jay joins up, reducing the damage done. Going to use that leap, get away. Here comes Gondar. Level 10 has been picked up by Team Alexander. We have Decimate as opposed to the typical taunt that we see with the Warlord's Challenge. Diva will lose her mech. Malfurion pops that Tranquility, trying to keep everybody alive. Gondar is looking for blood. They used Curse Bullet there. Try to find Clausy, unable to do so. Great stun by the Paletta. Going to see the roots come out, not connect onto anybody yet. And the members of Team Alexander just going to back off. Very satisfied with what they got there. Only using a couple of ultimates. And we see Li Ming is holding. She wants to know what ETC is going to go before picking up that level 10. Is it going to be Disintegrate? Is it going to be Wave of Force? What does she need to grab? So just a little bit of a stalemate here. Early start from Team Alexander, already hitting the halfway point fairly quickly now. Going to jump back members of the other Koreans looking to grab their bruiser camp. Going to be doing so fairly easily, especially as Clausy joins in now. They have picked up level 10 micro missiles, Bellowing Roar, and Warden's Cage come out. It is going to be that mosh pit snap pick, not even help to see if we can't make Li Ming hold her ultimate a little bit longer. There we will see the wave of force, the Immortal getting very, very low there. Anduin has not picked their ultimate yet. What could they be waiting for? D.Va is going to be ganked here. Not going to run up as Spell had anticipated. It's not going to hit by that groundbreaker. Going to come in now. Decimate will slow. Gets a nice throw out. Out comes the Roots. D.Va is a hit. Out comes the Leap of Faith, but it's not going to be enough. The mech does explode, gets a bit of damage onto the members of Team Alexander, but they're just playing so very solid. They really understand how to play this game, and now they are going to just look for more blood. We're able to clear out that Immortal, going to be almost a 4 health Immortal. Moving forward, out comes the Greymane Curse Bullet. Does not connect onto Clausy quite yet, and this is going to be a big push in the top lane. D.Va will be back up in just a moment, but for now, members of the other Koreans just kind of scrambling. That fort does fall. It was very low, so was expected. And now this full health, full shield Immortal is going to be looking at the keep. Oh man, so apparently the answer to D.Va is just kill her. Who would have thought? If you just gank D.Va all the time and somehow manage to get that value elsewhere, she dies. That's a little bit of a Storm Division insight for you, at least what I've seen from the past couple of days of casting. Blesta gonna get stunned by this Immortal. The shield is almost down, but it's still looking so very strong. Monster comes out immediately. Wave of Force is there. We do see the Light Bomb come out from Anduin. Does not connect. Malthea will fall, however. Everyone's standing in the Cataclysm. Jay quite low, but the keep is being wailed on. Deathwing goes down. The D.Va mech goes down. Anduin will fall as well. ETC is gonna make it a 3-for-1 in favor of Team Alexander. And their product, the keep. Now, are we going to see the end? Are we going to see just a 10-minute battlefield of eternity? Gondar is hopping up. This Immortal is still very, very healthy. Lockdown throwing out some missiles and orbs as well. Out comes the first roll. It doesn't connect. 75% on the core. The rest of the team is here. Yes, timers are still very, very low. The Paletta back up as well. The Immortal gonna swing away. 28% on the core. ETC looking to stop Spell. Gondar does have 200 health, 16%. Greymane will fall. Li Ming is still there. That is gonna be 0% in game number 1. Going over to the side of Team Alexander. Well played. All right, that was quick and easy. Depending on which side you were on. Gonna have Team Alexander win that. We'll update these scores here. And take a look at the talent. As you can see, 5-11. A little bit rough for the other Koreans getting started on so very early. You know, 1-2 for every single person. The big thing being D.Va with 3 deaths there. That means that's 6 actual D.Va deaths between her and the mech. D.Va also had the most damage in the game, 23k. So big yikes on the side of the other Koreans. I knew it was going to be a hard match, but this one is shaping up to be especially difficult. On the side of the Team Alexander, we are going to see Gondar with the most damage there, 35k. Let's take a look at these talents here. Only getting to level 13. The only one we didn't get to talk about here. So, had the Illusionist for Li Ming. The Shroud of Wisdom coming out for Malthael. After 2 seconds, gain 50% spell armor for 4 seconds. Of course, defensive measures on the Prowl and Revitalize coming out from Malfurion there. And quick, rough game. We didn't really get to see much besides the level 10 from the side of the other Koreans. But you know, the series is still young. We have seen Team Alexander lose in the past before. And they're going to... All right, there we go. Oh, I can't do... I'm accepting a thing. Pardon me. I'm going to pop over to me. Alrighty there. Sorry, just some friends who want to play games. Gonna get ready for our next map is going to be Towers of Doom. So let's take a look really quickly at that. And it looks like based on everything that's going on, I'm gonna let them know that I am ready. This was picked once again by the side of Team Alexander. So same strategy as last night, as we can see again. So because this is our second night in a row casting Team Alexander, we've gotten to know them quite well now, it seems. Going to have that started, like I said. Towers picked by Team Alexander. Let's get that up really quickly before moving into our fan phase. Boop. There we go. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Going over to see what's coming. Gonna see that Stukov banned out once again. Hyde is just too devastating on it. Next, this should be, if I have to assume, on a Chromie coming out for the side of Team Alexander. Yeah, there's the Chromie ban first this time. They're spicing it up a little bit. Always exciting to see a spicy draft. We're not actually spicing. You like my hair? Well, thank you. Zarya cosplay. I just have a pink mohawk. But I appreciate when you guys say that because I love Zarya. We're going to see that Greymane going to be banned out from the side of the other Koreans. And just a reminder, you know, if you like to help me keep my hair pink and my internet connected, every sub, every bit, all that good stuff that you guys donate 100% will make it to your lovely friend Jinxie, the caster who you adore so much, who made the mistake of doing this full time without having a backup plan or a, you know, above 100 amount of viewers, but we have an absolutely wonderful time. We are going to see that Anna band away, and if you can't volunteer or donate monetarily, then help me get to those 100 viewers by stopping by, you know, doing things like complimenting my hair and say, Jinxie, you're just lying. You didn't fuck up your cat eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, NGS. I said the F word. Snap pick, we are going to see that Diva picked up here once again. Jay believing they can do a little bit better with it this time round. Not going to be so bullied by the side of Team Alexander. And once again, so nice. You got to do it twice. Just like the night before, we're going to see Garrosh and Cassia picked up here for the side of Team Alexander. So why don't we go ahead and update these. Soothsayer, Cassia, perfect, and then Spell is going to be playing Garrosh. Once again, going to see that Deathwing, and then Deckard Cain coming out for iTunes this time round. So changing it up just a little bit here. Band phases coming round. We'll see Murden taken away. A lot of the big, strong tanks have been taken. Now, what are the other Koreans going to respond with? This is going to be another support ban. Ban the Malfurion. What else do you play? Hyde. The rest of the world is dying to know. Are we going to see something again like the Li Ming that was so very strong? The Hanzo that keeps on coming. All that good stuff. This is now a mature audience stream. Well, it's 2 in the morning, so it basically is. They are going to opt to ban the Lucio instead. And Crushinator, thank you very much for the rating party of 11. Welcome, viewers of the Crushinator. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. We're playing some Storm Division, and I hope it is everything that you guys hope it is. We appreciate you so, so very much. We're going to see Karazim come out and Leoric this time for Hyde and Nacho Jim. We asked, and they responded. It's really, really strong into the Deathwing. Interesting that we're seeing the Deathwing picked so high. I know a lot of folks really like to hide that, but, you know, if you're good at it, and we saw that it was so good last time, why not pick it? Any problem? Gonna pick up the Maev and the Paletta. Gonna grab the Mephisto this time around. All right, do we have any swap saves before I enter this all in? This may be a main tank Deathwing, which I am all about. Hanzo gonna be it for lockdown as we wait, and I like that. If Hanzo is going to do a lot, looking at these teams, seeing if there are any swaps, it doesn't look like they're going to be right now. So this is gonna be a Paletta, Mephisto, and a Clausy Deathwing tank. I am super, super excited. Lurik is gonna fight against D.Va up in that top lane. We'll see how this one goes. As we get into game number 2, best of 3 series. As you can see, Team Alexander is up 1-0 over their foes there. So, will the other Koreans be able to bring it back? Or is this going to be a quick, easy game for the side of Team Alexander Fan Club? We will have to see as we hop in. Game number 2, like I said, is going to be side. All right, playing it all at the same time. Excellent. Over here on the side of the other Koreans, we have Clausy on the Deathwing. The Paletta is going to be your Mephisto. iTunes on the Deckard. Kane J will be your D.Va. And any problem, rocking the Maiev. Over here on the right-hand side, we've got Spell on that Garrosh once again. Lockdown going to be your Hanzo. Hyde is your Karazim using the best skin. Gondar on that Cassia, and then Nacho Jin on the lead Auric. Let's take a look at these level 1 talents. Definitely once again going for that Draconic Might. Basic attacks get enemy heroes. Heal him for 25% of damage dealt, and then losing a plate, he becomes protected. Karazim's already ready to get a bit of that dragon booty. Going to find Spell here, gets a stun onto the Paletta. He's gonna squiggle out looking for lockdown. Great to pull by any problem there. That is gonna be first blood onto lockdown. Garage Spell might have sealed the fate for his friend. Already Medallion has been burned by Spell, but any problem is ready for it this time. Gondar is going to be the next to go down. Deckard Kane is traded out. Hyde running for their life. That is going to be 2-1. Very explosive here in game number 2. Members of the other Koreans not taking any prisoners this time round. Meanwhile, Cassia was able to get 10 stacks of those Thunderstrokes on that level 1 quest there, increasing the damage of the Lightning Fury. And then we see once again the Warbreaker from Garrosh, 2 out of 15 for him. Hanzo opting for that simple geometry. Will try to get those stacks on heroes for that Scatter Arrow, but so far being first blood. This is one of the first times in a long time we've seen Team Alexander be first blood. He's not going to get much right now. Any problems looking for Hyde. Doesn't quite find them yet. Pumpkins have been picked up, as we were talking a little bit about talents there. And now it is going to be the side of Team Alexander, the other Koreans. I keep trying to call them Team Alexander Fan Club, that was their old name. But the other Koreans pushing it in here. They will find all 3 Pumpkins making their way in. Great stun by Spell. Immediately the Medallion is popped by the Paletta. And yeah, Maiev is having a pretty great game. And that is a good question, Mr. Ghostpants. Is it a Maiev main tank? We've talked a lot about it. I know a lot of friends joke about it with me. Valkymer, if you know him from NGS, always asks, like, Jinxie, Maiev tank when? I am not a good Maiev, but any problems is definitely carrying it if that's the case. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Nacho Jin is pushing into Jay a little bit. Out comes that spooky Ghost Grove, making her have to back off, reconsider her life choices as the health is drained away there. The Spectral Leech pushing in D.Va. See, we have the gentleman's agreement. And big shout out to Jay and lockdown. They are offlaners. They sacrifice screen time so we can have XP. We're going to see a little bit of a fight come out here on Towers of Doom. A little bit of a fight breaking out, looking for this middle altar. Who's going to pick it up? Both offlaners making their way down. Jay is going to arrive first. Clausy has to pop up to the sky to recover those hit points and those, that health bar, or sorry, the hit points and those plates. That's what they're called. Take a look at these level 4 talents while we are waiting here. Again, Dragon's Ire, well, Deathwing has fewer than 3 armor plates. Their Deathwing, or their damage is increased. Their Deathwing damage is increased as opposed to, you know, their Maya Deathwing damage. Sudden Vengeance. And having a little bit of a fight break out. Great vault to the Wardens by Maev. Gondar looking for everyone here. They want blood, always diving in so very deep. Jay is going to keep everyone at bay, though, with that D.Va mech once again. That 4% health coming in clutch. Bjork is going to be the first to fall. Leva will lose her mech. However, Hyde very, very low. Gondar going to get hit by the big shot, being chased away. The Valletta does have to spook back with that shade of Mephisto. Baby D.Va goes down in a pinch, and now iTunes is running for his life. Hanzo does fall on the other side, though, versus Maev. iTunes running, juking, will finally fall. Gets that potion, but it's not enough. Deckard is a bruiser, too, but today the old man falls. And now Hanzo, the only one being down here. We still have 2 going down on the side of the other Koreans. This is going to be the altar, which I didn't even realize was still up while everyone was fighting all the way around. Great interrupt by Clausy there. Only has 1 more meteor, though. Not going to be able to interrupt any longer. So the first couple of shots will go over to the side of Team Alexander. Maev main tank is a real thing. Octalis used to do back in the day. I believe in adjusting main tank mentality. Maev was a lot stronger back then as well. I definitely wish Maev main tank, you know, was something that I could pull off because I adore Maev. I think she's so fun to play. Maybe I'll see if anyone has any advice on how to do it, but we are going to see Spell jumping onto any problem. Great medallion there. Throws onto the Paletta, though. Uses that Spirit of Vengeance to hop over the wall. As well, it does end up paying the price. However, Pumpkins will go in. They were picked up by the side of Team Alexander, who, despite having a kind of cranky early game, are going to, you know, reset, evaluate what they're going to do, and come back swinging 9-9. Pop over to those talents once again. There we go. Helps to be on the right monitor. As we did see the Skyfall coming out for Deathwing. Con Eyes Cube for Deckard. We will see level 10 hit first here. Maev is going to fall. Deckard Kane is soon right behind her. Level 10 is so very strong. These heroic abilities really helping out, and now the members of Team Alexander are just going to pummel this fort. Should take the first fort of the game just before an altar spawns. We will see Deckard Kane and Maev up before anything gets too serious. But for right now, level 10 finally picked up, and interestingly enough, we're going to see the Consume Souls come out here. D.Va does have to drop the bomb to make sure she lives. Gondar scouting out these pumpkins with help from the Sonic Arrow from Lockdown. Bellowing Roar. Maev holding off on her ultimate. Wonder what they could be waiting for. Gondar was rooted, did lose that armor. Great unstoppable by Cassia there. Great fear comes out, though. Spell surrounded by everybody. Drops the Indomitable. Hyde jumps in, dealing a ton of damage to Any Problem. Any Problem has their number, though. Jay in the back. Dragonair is with. Consume Souls comes out. Parazine the only one not hit. Out comes the ball, or the Warden's Cage from Maev. She does fall, though. Hyde pushed back in. The Valletta looking to do damage. The sport does not belong to the other Koreans, however. As such, the only person who goes down to fight everyone pressing their R button, save Leoric, and then of course Garrosh with Decimate has 3 charges, so that's always up practically, is Maev. Any Problem really struggling now, being one of the only people who can really kind of engage, and Jay isn't here. Frontline Maev struggles when it's just them all by themselves into 3 very healthy melee folks, and 2, you know, pinging at you from the back can be quite hard. Give the oh my, look at that Maya of information in a second as we keep moving forward. But we are going to see again the very strong defense from Team Alexander, who does have level 13. Once again, Ninja Assassin is coming out. The Orc opting for the Spectral Lead, allowing them to heal for 5% maximum health, or 5% of whatever hero they hit to maximum health on a base attack. Out comes the Dragon Arrow. Any problems is stunned, but nobody really able to follow up. Great use of Deathwing there. Drops the stun, making sure nobody can come back in. Another stun onto any problem. That Groundbreaker quest was finished so very long ago. Great interrupt by Jay using the micro missiles. No gentleman's challenge today. Out comes the Entomb. Deathwing was killed in the bottom here by Hanzo. We'll take a look. They did opt for that Stormbow at level 4, and then are just able to really hang down. Not going for the full Scatter Arrow build. This is going to be just the 1-for-1 trade out here, as we do see a couple of shots taken off the side of Team Alexander. But they're going to grab this camp. They're going to look to try and find more members of the other Koreans here. Any problems is going to try and hop in, but not going to be able to find them. The Blenda drops their consumed souls. They're taking so much damage. Was found out of position and will find themselves a free trip back to base. Team Alexander fan club looking so strong. Quasi has come back, leapt down from the sky. They need to defend against these sappers, but it's going to be quite difficult. In fact, there goes 2 in right now. Any problem trying their best to stall out is going to be picked up by Gondar, though. This battle garage is incredibly, it's just decimating folks. In fact, we see 3 members there, Hide, Spell, and the Lockdown there, jump in and kill iTunes in the death zone. Hyde gets very low, dashes over to the well to escape, and ends up using their minion wave to make it out of that middle lane alive. Incredible skill play. Quit thinking on their feet. Lockdown is left down here with Deathwing. Leoric did go down in that fight, but I mean, the 2-for-1, I'll take it.
Once more, the altars rise from the depths.
Again, the altars are being popped, and this is going to be another altar going over to the side of Team Alexander. The other Koreans are really stressed here. If both these altars go in, that's going to be 12 shots against them, bringing their core health down to 6. Gondar is just bullying Clausy here. We have the Gloves of Blackry come out, and then the Power Strike coming instead of that that martial law that we typically see. Spell gonna continue to damage against Deathwing, and it looks like team is just going to give these up. And I did the wrong math there, caster math on the fly. 8 shots going over. Another double altar phase will end the lives of the other Koreans in this best of 5 series. We're gonna see the Dragon Arrow come out, connects onto the Root Dragon though, so no stuns will be had just yet. Trying to get some extra damage onto the big old boy, and it's been so tough. I mean, I wonder what Nacho Jin is thinking about up there in lane all by himself. Diva is going to get back that middle fort. Nacho Jin looking to grab the top one here. And do you think when a game is this free in the off lane, he's just like, wow, you know, I never really noticed the chains here. Like, that's a really interesting touch on the map. He's been up there all by himself for so long. Diva's had to come assist the fight, had to come get value elsewhere in the mid lane, and he's just been kind of hanging out. Another fight breaking out here. Level 16 was finally picked up for the side of the other Koreans. Jay, again, gonna have to back off versus Leoric. The percentage health, absolutely no joke. We have the Conflagration come out here, or the Wicked Inferno, excuse me, for Deathwing, reducing the cost of the Molten Breath. More sappers going in there. 2 more, bringing the health down to 5. This is going to be Consumed Souls come out. Triple altar phase. 2 of these will end the game for the other Koreans. Gondar has to use their Unstoppable there. Deckercane will fall. Quasi will fall. We may be seeing the quickest series so far on Towers of Doom. They spawn in 6 seconds, and now they have to at least get 2 of these in a 3v5. Diva is trying to fight against Leoric here. The rest of the members of Team Alexander are rising up. Jay just going to try and defend. Meanwhile, Karazim grabs the bottom altar. The rest of the team trying to stay in it. D.Va will fall, and that is going to be any problems not looking to engage. Spell is going to finish that with one shot left on the core. That is going to be game number 2 going over to Team Alexander. GG. Viper, thank you for the rating party of 9. Welcome, members of the stream of Viper. Hello, Viper viewers. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. We're playing some Storm Division right now, and we are very glad to have you here. Let's take a look at these talents. Look at this this series, and it's shaping up to look a lot like yesterday. Just a couple of different players this time around. 7-14 on Towers of Doom. Great early game for the non-Team Alexander team. This side, the other Koreans. And 58k to 41 in favor of Gondar on the Cassia. Jay, once again, that D.Va is no joke. Alrighty, Rue there. Take a look at the talents. As we did get a little bit further in this time. We're making progress every single time. Level 16 was reached by both teams, in fact. We see the Seasoned Soldier come out for Deathwing, or excuse me, for Garage. Cleansing Touch for Hyde, giving that Unstoppable, making Maiev just almost null at this point. Looking at the other side, we got the Bonking Stick, the Heraldric Staff coming out for iTunes, trying to keep themselves safer in the backline. Wasn't able to help them this time around. Deathwing opting for that Gaze onto Destruction. Landing caused the damage to be reduced by 75%. Unfortunately, with so much percentage, there wasn't a whole lot of destruction that he could cause. In fact, most of the time, poor old Deathwing would land, and then you'd see him have 20% health, and he's like, well, gosh darn it. Waiting on that that next game, game number 3, potentially the last game of the series. I'm going to go ahead and update the scoreboard here, and then we will hop over to take a look at the maps, because I see that we have grown exponentially. And for all of our viewers who did just join, welcome, welcome. I'm Jinxie Cat. I'm your host for this evening. Let me update that as well. I used to have a name tag, but I must have left it at home. Have to make another one on OBS here. If you're just joining us for the first time, there's a lot of Alex on the board. The other Koreans banned away. Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team Alexander banned out Dragonshire and Infernal Shrines. First pick was by Team Alexander. They opted to take us to BOE, where they did win. The next one was Towers of Doom. Again, quick win for Team Alexander. Now we're going to game 3. But I believe the reverse sweep starts now. So I'm going to bring it back to me. I do see we have another lobby. And where are we headed? Who has picked this? There we go. Oh, fun. We're going to Volskaya Foundry. Just waiting on Hyde to get in here, and then we should be all ready. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time. I'm having a wonderful time. Always love some Storm Division action. And then just a friendly reminder for all of you who are new here. If you like what you see, all the bid arenas and the subscriptions do go over to myself and any caster on here who is casting for NGS. So, you know, if you like Toucher, if you like Murda, if you like Linehouse. I don't believe Linehouse does Storm Division, actually. But if you like him, and he's ever on here, those bits and those subs do go to your caster. So if you can't afford to monetarily donate, then we definitely appreciate it. And especially, like I said, some of us who might have made rash decisions about being a full-time streamer. Gonna hop into this Volskaya Foundry game. And then, of course, again, if you can't, I know money's tight right now. The pandemic happening is taking a lot out of our wallets and just hanging out, you know, saying, hey, Jinxie, I like your hair, you know. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys appreciate hanging out and getting some casting in with me. Because, again, this is my life. I absolutely love it. Heroes was let down by Blizzard, but it's not a letdown. So Stukov gonna be banned out once again as we focus back on the game here. Gonna see what do the members of Team Alexander. They're gonna stick with the Chromie Ana again. They're gonna try and mix it up. There's the Chromie, and yeah, a lot of these a lot of the spice from Team Alexander comes from, they're gonna ban Ana first or they're gonna ban Chromie first. We'll have to see, because they play a lot of standard heroes, and they play a lot of standard heroes well. I mean, the Stukov, obviously we're not going to see that tonight. Has been banned away. This is the potential for the last game of the evening. Going to see that Raynor banned out next from the side of the other Koreans. Now, is this the Ana? And again, I have the theory that, yep, there it is. Ana is banned out because Hyde isn't able to play her, you know, with the 400 ping that they have playing on North America. So, first pick once again going over to the side of the other Koreans. What do they think is best here? What are they looking to go with?
I play to win.
It's gonna be that diva. She's so strong, you just can't let it through. So Jay once again picking up the diva. Makes my life easier, because I don't have to update a whole lot. But Team Alexander, they could go for the Mephisto themselves here. Mephisto's very strong on the map. Junkrat is also incredibly popular right now. He did just get buffed a couple of patches ago. Again, Garrosh, as they've been playing so beautifully. Is it going to be that? It's going to be Greymane ETC coming out. Gondar with the Greymane and Spell on the ETC, mixing it up. You love to see it. Like I said, I've been doing this all weekend. This is my second Storm Division game this week because we had to reschedule our round 3 game, which was mine. And I think Spell played Garage all 3 games, so I love to really see this variety out of them. What are they going to do with the big beef boy who's so strong right now? Task coming out for Clausy, not going to play this Mephisto. Or sorry, not Mephisto. I'm looking at Mephisto's name right here on my Soothsayer right now. But not going to play their Deathwing round this time. Going to opt for the Task instead. Cassia is going to be banned out by Team Alexander. So, what do we see from our friends on the blue? Any minute now. We'll see. Well, thank you, Viper. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. It's going to be that Malfurion ban. Again, targeted all on to Hyde. He's the player they have the most information about. So, what are they looking to get rid of? You do like my hair, Lunchbox? Well, thank you. And thanks for stopping by, Lunchbox. I appreciate it.
Oh,
This time round, we're going to see Lucio picked up by Hyde, and Lockdown is going to take the Deathwing. Diablo immediately snapped up by the Paletta. And last but not least, any problem, are you going to go on that Maiev you've been so incredibly strong on? They're going to opt for the Tychus instead. They need a little bit of burn for the Deathwing. And Tychus can supply it. The Odin is also very strong. Great point deter. I'm color coordinated. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm like, you know, like, let's be very, very matchy. Match the necklace to the shirt, to the makeup, all that jazz. Last but not least, Nacho Jin. What are they looking to pick up into this diva? They're going to go with the Hanzo, a not traditional solo laner. All right, I think this looks right. Everybody is all updated. Alrighty, going to bring it back over to me. Hello, team. Get that all squared away and sorted. Potentially last game of the series, or the reverse sweep starts now. I believe in the comeback. I think this is a strong draft, definitely one of the stronger drafts that the members of the other Koreans have shown, and as such, I'm very excited. But without further ado, why don't we go ahead and hop into potentially, again, last game of the series. Over here on the left-hand side, it is iTunes on the Deckard Cain. The Paletta is your Diablo. Clausy on the Tassadar. Any problems will be your Tychus. And Jay on that Diva. And then over here on the right-hand side, we are going to see the members of Team Alexander with Lockdown on the Deathwing, Gondar on the Greymane. Hyde will be your Lucio. Spell is your ETC. And Nacho Jin is the Hanzo. Take a look here as Tassadar does opt for that static charge, hitting here with the shock ray, permanently increases damage by 5 up to 200%. Big damage later on. Definitely is going to chase out Diva a little bit. She's going to zoom down to that bottom lane. And I realize now I'm an absolute fool as I was looking at this. Nacho Jin is not playing the Hanzo. They're swapped there. I'm a fool. I'm an absolute fool. They swapped on me and I was too busy talking to you guys. I didn't pay attention. Gondar gonna take a big old chunk out of the Paletta. That is gonna be first blood going over to the side of Team Alexander, who are just, they're here to win. They're not messing around, not even toying with their food. Just looking for those quick, easy kills. But Team Alexander fan club, I mean, they're still the other Koreans, they're not Team Alexander fan club anymore, gosh darn it. They used to be fans, and now they're being beaten by their heroes. The other Koreans are very, very strong players as well. They do a lot of good. We are going to see the Diva mech go down here in the bottom. And of course, as we always like to say, Jay, oh no, here comes Honda. The scatter arrow doesn't connect though. Lucio tries to get the boobs. They offer the sound wave. And Gondar ends up paying the price. They look for the kill. Maybe a little bit too quick on the draw there. Ready to snatch that up. Thinking it was going to be an easy game. They end up giving their life. Level 4 is picked up though. Turret picked up from the side of the other Koreans. We'll see the actual Koreans on the side of Team Alexander grab theirs as well. And everyone once again looking for Soak, looking for all that goodness. Gonna see Camp picked up here by Gondar and Hyde. I see they swapped characters at the end of the draft. I wasn't paying attention. Like, that's on me. Whoops. Oh well, though. It's fine. You just saw my Zarya here? Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Prepare to begin field testing.
First objective will spawn here. Level 7 almost online for Team Alexander as they have a whole level lead over the side of the other Koreans, despite being 1-1 in kills so far. So, need to soak up a little bit more, grab some of those camps. We did see both of the siege camps get picked up. This middle lane is once again just going to be Soak coming out here from both teams. Spell going to get an early start on that point. Going to set up aggressively as the members of the other Koreans look to step up, see if they can't contest. The Paletta is here. That support camp was picked up by the side of Team Alexander. Remember, Spell in the wrong side of dodge. Just use that as a power slide to get out there. And it's just a fight over this middle point at this point here. Have the Skyfall coming out from Deathwing. Greymane opting for the Wizened Duelist, very confident in themselves. The Paletta is going to be harassed by Diablo here, but it is just iTunes and Diablo fighting against Spell here, so not a whole lot of damage, and actually he's pretty much healed back up to full as Hyde comes to help out his friend. Great damage from Tassadar, brings it back down. Remember, EDC is rather low. One turret was used from the side of Team Alexander, who have just going to grab this early protector. Without level 7, the members of the other Koreans know that they can't contest, and as such, just going to back away here. Trying to wear it down fairly quickly. We'll see this first tower go down, the gate go down in the middle lane. Any problems getting quite low, harassed out by that protector there. Is just going to be pushed out. However, the top lane is typically where you want to see, where you want to get the value. With 23% and 30 seconds left, that is going to be a little bit rough. We got Hanzo and ETC in that protector. He's making his way up to the top. And now just hanging out while members of the other Koreans try to push it away. Jay does lose the mech once again, was able to drop that bomb to prevent them from going down. Protector finally does fall. Hanzo going to be harassed, has to use that natural agility and the medallion to get out. Spell not so lucky though. Out comes the heal pulse from Hyde, trying to save their tank player. Great stun by the Paletta. Out comes the push. Cataclysm is good from Lockdown, and it is going to be the Paletta who ends up falling there, not able to get those rubies. Tries to use the auto attacks from the Diva or Diablo auto build to heal up there, but not going to be able to do so, and Hyde is so very quick. Out comes the Sapphire from iTunes, tries to find Hyde, who just dives in the back, looking to find both the damage dealers. They did take down Tychus. Was Tassadar, who went down as well here, and this is just a really, really clean game from the members of Team Alexander. Already level 10 picked up. Out comes the Dragon Strike. Not the Dragon Arrow you typically see from Gondar there. Turret is picked up. Did check with the cube. Found everyone there. And seeing as there is no more turret for the other Koreans to take, they're going to opt to grab this the siege camp here. Meanwhile, the Paletta is going to try and find Spell, not able to do so. Tychus tries to zone away. They do push Spell back even further. We can see any problems making their way up. The minigun is hot. Spell gets very, very low. Out comes the dash from Tychus. They do have that, well, it's just called dash. Increase the range of running gun by 50%. So, unintentionally, intentionally use the correct talent there. He goes in for the running run. The well does fall here. The well in the top lane still available for later, with this middle fort does fall down. Go for the throat, picked up by Greymane. Not what we typically see, but one I want to point out. Of course, once again, Bellowing Roar, and then the sound barrier. No meme high five. Going to have the mosh pit come out onto Diva, and they're staying for the solo kill. Jay does fall down. The knockback from the face melt is good, and that is the solo laner of the other Koreans falling down. Bottom lane is taken by Team Alexander. Meanwhile, Lockdown trying to keep everyone in the game in this top lane. Level 11 to 10. Finally, level 10s and heroic abilities picked up for the side of the other Koreans. Got that Archon, micro missiles. Interestingly enough, we have the Dragon laser drill coming out here. And then, of course, Stay Wild and Listen and Apocalypse. Stay Wild, APOC combo, so very good. We're going to see ETC step up. They don't have the Moss. They don't have level 13 yet. Now it's time to fight. Micro missiles does come out. Jay tries to push everyone back, and I just noticed the... never mind. I didn't notice anything important. We will see Spell go down potentially. Quasi does try to chase after the team of Team Alexander is so mobile that he's just able to power slide and get away. No one really able to chase him down. Want to make a big shove onto Gondar with that Shadow Charge, but for right now, nobody dies. It's going to be APOC coming out here from Diablo. It is Raw, though. Gordon Ramsay would be appalled. Spell does fall asleep with that Stay Wild and Listen. The Paletta, though, caught in the middle of the Dragon Strike, goes down, and now it's Quasi versus Nacho Jin. Out comes the go for the throat, though, and that is the Archon going down. Jay looking for Nacho Jin here. 2 for 2, however. Hanzo did fall. ETC fell. Nacho Jin able to get away. Jay does not have much health on the mech. May have to drop the bomb here. There goes the knockout. Baby Diva running and gunning. Lucio chasing her down. They're so very fast. Great autos from the Greymane. And then finally with that Razor Swipe finishes off the kill. Meanwhile, Lockdown just having a little sit on the point. Gosh, he was there for so long that you got the idle animation from the Deathwing. It's like, wow, that looks fun. You guys are team fighting. That looks cool. I'll just sit. DPS Lucio. Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage here. We'll take a look at the level 13s picked up. No surprise, we do have Encore for the ETC. Fire and Fury is picked up for Deathwing there. Running Wild, increase the Dark Flight disengage range for Greymane. And then, of course, Slip and Ninja Assassin coming out there for Hanzo and Lucio, respectively. Level 13, just a snap away for the side of the other Koreans, though they may look to turn it around here if they can't find a pick, because right now we are 10-3 in favor of Team Alexander. Protector looking to grab this bottom lane that will go down, making it more difficult for the side of the other Koreans to grab their the bottom point later. Out comes a mosh pit interrupted by the APOC, and it ends up being Greymane who goes down, and Stay a While and Listen comes down and locks on. Archon was used as well. The ETC is able to get a power slide onto Jay and to the Paletta. Once again, the poor D.Va finally has that good to go, is able to escape with the Torpedo Dash and the Concussive Blast. Dragon Strike comes out. Diablo going to fall down with no front line. Any problem is going to be the next to fall. Jay tries to use the knockback to save their friend, but now are running for their life as well. Big Shot comes out. They need to get those autos. Finally gets back in the mech. Is not. It's interrupted, and the push off from Hyde gives him the triple kill. The real problem here, Hyde on the Lucio, just as good as his Stukov. Who are you? Next HGC Korean player, that's who. Hyde is going to pick up this turret. The aggressive turret has been snatched away. This bottom fort has been taken by Team Alexander. And is there any hope for the other Koreans? They're trying so hard to find a grasp in this game, but once again, a 3-level deficit coming out. 13 was finally picked up for the other Koreans, but 16 is already online for the side of Team Alexander. We'll take a look here at the Elementium plating for Deathwing, imposing presence for ETC, really shutting down D.Va and Tychus there. Alpha Killer coming out for Greymane in there. The Worgen attacks at 2-3% of the hero's maximum health. Up the frequency. Stay a While and Listen and APOC come out. Try to stop ETC. Spell is taking quite a bit of damage. Out comes Dragon Strike. Lucio does go down. D.Va's mech is traded for it. However, Lockdown finally raining down from the sky. Gondar is very low. The Paletta all the way in the back by themselves. Out comes the Bellring Roar. Diablo split from the team is very low. Gondar looking to snipe with those thread and the needle plays. Diablo jumps back in, does fall down. He has souls, was looking for the engage despite having such few health, but not able to find it. However, Hanzo does go down. D.Va able to pick up the Hanzo with a little bit of help from Decker Kane using that Herodric Cube, and now we will see the invade onto the offensive camp of Team Alexander. Turret is picked up. Any problem is going to hold on to that, and they find their footing. Immediately that 3-level deficit is snapped to 2. We are going to see that
I'm starting up an
level 16 come online for the other Koreans who are down, but certainly not out. Thermal Lance comes out for Tassadar. Shockwave deals an extra percent of the extra 8% of the maximum health to the first hero it hits. If you're able to hit that Deathwing, you are able to just eviscerate him. Pardon me, and try to get rid of that keep there on the bottom. It seems there's only one way to do that, and that is by going through the observer key. So sorry for the motion sickness, everyone. 900 IQ Lucio play.
activated. Take control of it.
Deserves a highlight. Go ahead and drop that Clipperino. 17-18. Hyde is on the point here. Take a look at these level 16. Despite the thermal lance, we have the in for the kill. Casting boosters grants a shield equal to maximum life for 10% maximum life for 25 seconds. Another fight breaking out. We'll go back to that in a moment. The Paletta is very, very low. Out comes the Tassadar with the Archon, and that is a nasty, nasty thermal lance there. We see Greymane blasted into oblivion. Lucio drops the sound barrier. Spell is taking quite a bit of damage. Stay a While and Listen is good. Connects on a 4. Members, Diablo looking to grab Gondar. Lockdown drops the Bellowing Roar. Clausy is just eating alive Team Alexander. ETC is the next to be popped. And Hanzo goes down to D.Va here in the back, who has been absolutely bullied and is still clapping the members of Team Alexander. 3 heroes taken down despite the level deficit. And the other Koreans ready to take this to a game 4, ready for a reverse sweep. We have iTunes on the point now, mounted up, making sure that if anybody comes in, they don't get bopped. But up in the top lane, Lucio is not here, just gonna try and clear out these the siege camp, going to do so with relative ease. The rest of the team is respawning. It's another 20 seconds until Hanzo and ETC are going to be back. And so the other Koreans just trying to get the value they can. We can't see Quasi in any problems. Looking at this bottom fort, trying to make it just as difficult as Team Alexander made for them to get this far in the game. Deathwing being bullied by the whole team of the other Koreans, gonna be pushed back, not able to step forward. However, the whole team is back, and this is their last chance to fight for this point. We're gonna see Nacho Jin, who's actually the gray main, get on here. Hyde is going to step with him as well, and it looks like with 36%, the members of the other Koreans are just gonna back off. Team Alexander will take their turret, and now they're just looking for each other, I suppose. Diva's down on the bottom, should be the one to look after Greymane. Maybe look to fight once that other point hits 99%. We do get the mosh pit on to Decker Kane, does go down there. Level 20 online for Team Alexander. We saw that tour bus come out trying to get the extra long mosh on to Decker there. The Blessa very, very low. Out comes the turret. The has to push off of Hyde to prevent themselves from going down. Diva was killed by the mech. That is Diablo going down. And now Greymane's just pulling the car around. Out comes the Dragon Strike, making sure there's no way anybody from the other Koreans can defend this keep. Lockdown is on top of it. Quasi pops the Archon, tries to grab on Spell here, and will go down. Rough game for the other Koreans. They're trying to stay in it. Any problems gets hit by a full set of scatter arrows. Does have to go back to base, try and find some help before stepping up to contest. With Tychus all by himself and a protector so very full, 85%. I think we're looking at the GGs, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary folks. Any problems, chase back into base. 80% on the core. Decker Kane is alive. Dragon Arrow or Dragon Strike does come out to split any problem. 50% there. Lockdown is low. Moshpit comes out onto Decker Kane. Tries to get the slide on to any problem. Decker goes down. And that is going to be game number 3 and your series. Going over to Team Alexander. Well done. Take a look here at the stats, and then that's going to be it for us this evening. Relatively short series going through. 97K on Gondar for that Hanzo compared to any problems 55K, 10 to 19, so a little bit closer in terms of kills this time round than we've seen so far. Finally hitting those double digits. It was looking really solid in the middle game for the side of the other Koreans, but in the end just weren't able to pull it out. Too little, too late. They fell behind. Take a look at these talents as we did slowly get better. First it was 13, then it was 16. Now we got level 20 almost for both teams. Not every team picked their level 20, but of course the burr stood in the fire, increasing the damage of the, the duration and slow of Cataclysm by 40% for the slow, 50 for that duration. The tour bus, as we saw, getting that mosh pit increase. The Unleash for Greymane, getting the reduction on the go for the throat, and then increase the damage, of course, by 25%. House Party, making sure everyone stayed nice and healthy, and then the Dragon Awakens there for Hanzo. We can see a couple of the choices here. Unfortunately, they weren't able to be used from the other Koreans. Respect the Elderly, getting that sleep, and then the silence upon waking up. Tychus going for the bob and weave, getting those 2 additional charges of the thrusters for Odin, and then of course the basic attack range increased, running gun cooldown reduced by 25, or from 50 to 25 there, and then of course Twilight Archon, as we typically see. I'm gonna bring it back over to me. That's gonna be it for me, folks. We typically don't do interviews for Storm Division. It's a little bit hard on the members of Team Alexander with the language barrier for them to give interviews. But thank you so much for hanging out and joining me. Quick 3-0 session. I will be back on NGS's channel on next Sunday. I'm casting a, gosh, who are we casting that day? I'll have to double check. But that's my next game, 6 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. You can find me there. Again, I'm Jinxie Cat. Sorry I don't have my name up here. Didn't put it up. I don't have all my slides for OBS while I'm in England with the love of my life. Again, you like what you see, please drop those bits, drop those subs. I do this full time and nothing warms my heart more than casting Heroes of the Storm. I appreciate you guys who hang out and support me and say nice things about me. It really means the world to me. We doing some more games later on. You can head over to twitch.tv/JinxieCat. Drop me a follow if you want to see me on my own channel. Over on the side here, I always do this. Right there, kind of, but you know, you get the idea. Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm doing an A to Z challenge right now on stream. So if you guys want to watch me, you know, feed on Chromie, that's the most recent video. You guys can check it out. That's going to be it for me. I hope you're all having a wonderful, safe night. Have a great time, guys, and I'll see you later. Hopefully the mods raid you over to someone fun. I don't have control over that, but they always do a pretty good job. Big thank you to Chess Looter once again for helping me out and being my observer today. It makes my life a lot easier. To Wedge, to NGS, you guys are all great. And, of course, to you lovely viewers at home who make this all possible and make it worth it. Have a great night. See you later. Bye-bye.